In this video, we're going to focus on how we can create a background color for our canvas. So to do this, the first thing what we need is our boiler template, which you can find here on chartjs3.com getting started. This specific link here, once you're on here, copy this boiler template code and you're good to go. If you want to get the source code of this video and many others, check out my Patreon page, and of course join the Discord channel for all your questions. So what we're going to do now is just let's create a plugin that would allow us to change the canvas background here. To do that, I'm going to scroll down here, and then within here I'm going to add up after the options, comma, let's say plugins, and then we're going to say here the canvas background. We will copy this, and then we're going to create a new constant or plugin. Basically this will be plugin with the ID of canvas background, and then when would we like to draw this. In this case, I want to draw this before anything else is drawn, because we want to make sure that the grid lines and everything else will stay intact. So what I'm going to say here is before draw, then we say here the chart, the arcs, and the plugin options. And once we did this here, we're going to say constant, and we're going to do an object destructuring. And then within here, what I need is, well, I guess we need the CTX, because we want to draw in the canvas, or the canvas object. And of course, I need the canvas details. Specifically, I need to know what is the width, what is the height of this, so we can cover this entirely in the color we want. So once we did this here what we can do now. So what I want to do is, I'm going to say console log. And in the console log, I just want to say here first the canvas. And you will see if I do this, save, refresh, what will happen is it will get the canvas object with the ID name, and you see here the width and the height. This width and height will be crucial for us. So what I really want is basically here the width, save, there you are, and the height. It might not be the exact, because I think this is here 700 and it somehow doubles it, but that's fine with me. And the reason why that's fine is because I just want to make sure that we are covering the full background, and everything that's in excess will be clipped off anyway by the canvas. So there's no problem for that. So what I want to do now is just draw an item. I'm going to say ctx.save to save all the variables above. And then I'm going to say ctx.fill style. Let's give this a proper color. I'm going to say here this will be a black color, for example. Then what I want to do here is to create the rectangle. So I'm going to say ctx.fill rectangle, and then in here I need the x coordinate, the y coordinate, the width, and the height. So once we have all of these, and let's remove the comma here. The width, the height. Well, guess what? We already know the width. We can put here, and we also know the height, and the height will be here. So what about the X and Y? Well, what I want to do is I want to start at the very corner, because I want to cover the entire canvas. So this is the coordinates X0, Y0. So that would mean 0, 0. And once we did this, we're going to say ctx.fill to draw the shape. So let's save this, refresh, and there we are. So what if you would like to control this? We can create a small plugin for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here, and then in here I'm going to say comma after the scales, and we're going to say here plugins. We're going to build our own custom plugin with the ID name that we have defined here. That's the canvas ID. This is why I keep them all identical. It makes it easier. And then we could say here background color. And what I would like to do now is, if we did not define any background color, we'll just get a default color, or else we're going to get this one here. So let's say this is red. So how do I grab this and put it in here? Well, what we do is the plugins, and then we say here dot, because it will understand from plugins, it will get this ID name, and then we just going to get here the background color. That namespace, if I save this, refresh, there you are. What I want to do now is just the default will be black if we did not define anything. So we're going to save this, refresh. You can see here red is still in here, but what if I hide this? We have not defined this, then it will become black, or maybe even should be just white or transparent, something like that. That's probably the default. There we are, and that's it.